Y bienvenido a la quinta parte del análisis del curso de negocios de Andrew Tate. Vamos con el punto número 9 y 10 y así concluimos lo que serían los primeros 10 puntos del curso, que son 100 puntos en total, pero quería traerte estos primeros 10 porque me parecen los más importantes. Así que vamos por el final.
And this is fucking important. And this is the biggest mistake I made with T2. Businesses won't last forever. I know you think your business will last forever, but it won't. And if a business won't last forever, you need to get rich quick and put yourself before your business. The biggest mistake I made with T2 is I was so desperate trying to keep it afloat that I wasn't taking any of my own money. I bought a new car and I gave myself a little bit of money. But if I could go back in time, I would have milked that cow. I had money in the bank. But to keep it surviving, I didn't want to take so much money. I had to keep Dan's Coke habit down. So I reduced the amount of wages we were taking, kept it low. So when it all blew up, I wasn't sitting on any money. I kept the company alive at the expense of me. If I could go back in time, by the time it all blew up, I'd be sitting on $500,000 clean. Look after yourself first. And this is very, very important because no business lasts forever. Doesn't matter what the business is. Even my TV advertising business that worked 13 years ago would never work today. Calling people on the phone trying to convince them out of money when they can just get a YouTuber for 500 pounds with more viewership and they can track the clicks and directly see how much money they're getting back, but you can't do with TV. I could never sell TV to someone today. Never. This is before Instagram, before social media, before YouTube. All this came along and killed TV now. Now there's a few big brands left. Netflix, who even watches TV? That business wouldn't last anymore. I bet if you told blacksmiths 200 years ago that being a blacksmith ain't gonna ever work again, they'd be like, what? People always need metal. What are you talking about? Blacksmiths aren't around anymore. Every single business is gonna fail, sooner or later. So if it's gonna fail, make sure you get that money before it blows up. I have no problem with any one of my businesses going boom if it's already paid me. If all my cam girls quit, but I have $3 million, good. If I've taken all that $3 million and invested it in a big studio and reinvested all the money and made everything nice and then they all quit, then what was the fucking point?
Bueno, el punto que él está diciendo acá en resumidas cuentas es que cualquier negocio va a fallar y cualquier negocio va a fallar. Y esto me recuerda la clásica frase de decir que mi negocio es mi bebé. ¿Cuántas veces no has escuchado esto? Mi negocio es mi bebé. Y va más allá de una frase, es como un sentimiento. ¿Por qué? Porque nos sentimos apegados a nuestra propia idea. Y esto me recuerda el mandamiento número 1 de la vía rápida, del libro de la vía rápida, que hice un resumen de los 5 mandamientos de los negocios que están en el canal, puedes ir a verlo. Y el primer mandamiento es el mandamiento de la necesidad. Y este mandamiento lo que te dice es que lo que vendes tiene que ser necesario. Es decir, otra persona o tu cliente tiene que quererlo. Ahora, ¿por qué esto es importante? Porque cuando empezamos con un negocio, la mayoría quiere vender lo que le gustaría comprar. Y ese es el problema, que tomamos el negocio como que si fuera un proyecto amoroso y un proyecto de vida o como si fuera una persona. Por eso se le compara con un bebé. Por supuesto, tú no puedes tratar tu negocio como tratarías tu propio bebé. Una cosa es un sistema y siguiendo el punto número 2 es un sistema para hacer dinero y el otro es una persona. Entonces, empezar comparando cosas con personas ya está mal. Y lo que te está diciendo resumidamente es que va a fallar y que tengas eso en cuenta, que va a fallar en algún momento. Porque sale una nueva tecnología, porque alguien te ganó en la competencia, porque te lo compraron, o etc. Entonces lo que te está diciendo es que mientras eso te esté produciendo, agarres dinero. Porque si, siguiendo el punto número 2, si el objetivo es que el dinero entre, entonces, mientras esté entrando, tienes que depositarlo en tu cuenta. Y lo que le te está diciendo acá es que en su experiencia, en sus primeros negocios, él lo que estaba haciendo era reinvirtiendo, o si hubiese agarrado, hipotéticamente hubiese agarrado todo lo que ganó y lo reinvierte para hacerlo más grande, no hubiese ganado nada. Entonces, si nos enfocamos en el punto número 2, que es que entre dinero, pues que entre dinero a tu cuenta, no solo que entre dinero al negocio, porque si el fin último es que entre dinero a tu cuenta, para eso está el negocio, para que genere dinero, pero para que genere dinero para tu cuenta, no para el mismo negocio. Lo que te dice es que, bueno, vayas depositando en tu cuenta. Y esto también me recuerda a otro libro, pero ahorita no recuerdo el nombre. No recuerdo el nombre, pero una de las reglas que te dice, que no habla de negocio, pero habla de finanza personal, es que te pagues a ti primero. Lo que te recomienda ese libro es, de tu sueldo, de tu negocio, de lo que sea que estés haciendo dinero, te pagues el 10% antes de gastar cualquier cosa. Supongamos a fin de mes te pagan tu sueldo X. Ese X, 10% de X, tienes que ahorrarlo, siempre, sí o sí. Y luego sobrevivir con el otro 90%. Es un poco más o menos la misma idea, pero aplicado a los negocios. De lo que genere, tiene que darte un porcentaje que te quede a ti. Porque entonces, ¿de qué te sirve? Si estás haciendo un negocio, reinviertes todo. Sigue creciendo, reinviertes todo. Sigue creciendo, reinviertes todo. Está bien. Y ni yo ni él está en contra de la reinversión, pero que esa reinversión tenga un propósito de crecimiento.
The goal of a business is to make you rich. This is the point of your business, to make you rich. The point of a business is not to have a business for vanity. The point of the business is to make you rich. Look after yourself first. Now, obviously, this is an equation. I'm not.
Y fíjate qué importante. La idea de un negocio no es tenerlo por vanidad. Por eso este curso me gusta, porque te deja el concepto claro, pero lo deja claro porque lo simplifica. El punto del negocio es hacerte dinero. El punto del negocio no es vanidad.
Saying only look after yourself to look after your business. I'm saying take this in mind, keep it as a happy equation, and make sure you're getting that money. With T2, I made a mistake, and I kept funneling all the money back into keeping the ship afloat. It's my ship. The T2 ship on the waves. And I didn't take enough of the money for myself. Kept investing in new staff, new computers, dumb shit. I was 20. All the lessons I'm telling you now are lessons I've learned. If I would have just taken the money, you know what? Get a deal in. All right, yeah, we'll keep it going. Yeah, just take the money, take the money, take the money, take the money. By the time it blew up, I would have been sitting on 500 fucking grand. And I didn't. You have to look after yourself. A business won't last forever, so you have to take the money and get rich. Look after yourself. If you're thinking about, oh, maybe I need a new camera, maybe I need a new car, maybe I need new vans, whatever your business is, doesn't matter. Think about it, but also think long and heavy. Is that going to bring new money in? Let's look at a video production business. Just come to my head. You have a video production business. You're filming in 4K. You want this new camera. It's still 4K, but it does all these extra features. Does the layman understand it? Not really. If you can go to a meeting and tell him you're going to film in 4K, it's the same. That camera is 20 grand. I don't know. I'm just off the top of my head. I don't know anything about cameras. Do you spend the money on that camera or do you just pocket the 20 grand? I'm telling you what you do. You pocket the 20 grand because it's not going to get you any more clients. It's still 4K. You can just lie in the meetings and pretend your camera can do what that camera can do. You're not going to lose or make any more business. Take the 20 grand. It ain't going to add money in directly, so you don't need it. You need to be getting rich from your company. Look after yourself first, because when your company fucks up, you need to be able to say, okay, abandon ship. Woo! Abandon ship with fucking suitcases. Don't abandon ship. When I abandoned T2, I had nothing. And that was a mistake. I worked my ass off, sleepless nights, millions of dollars through the bank for nothing. You need to get rich quick and you need to take the money. Take the money for yourself. Don't run a business for vanity. Look after yourself. Get that money and keep it. If you have to choose between you and the company, most of the time you should be choosing you. Obviously it's a balance. You need to make sure your company's looked after. You need to reinvest in your company, blah, blah, of course. But still, you are the primary focus of your universe. Everything serves you, including your company. That's point 13. Don't make the mistake I made with T2. putting it all back in and not looking after yourself. There's a reason why you can actually put this in the course. Look him up, Sir Philip Green with BHS. Billionaire, bought BHS, which is a big clothing store in England, saw it was failing, took billions and billions for himself, let it fail, let everyone's pensions go under, let it sink. Once he realized, you know what do I do here? Do I just make millions and billions for myself, or do I save this company? Nah, for me. He actually lost his lordship for it because they thought it was such an evil thing to do. Because like 10,000 old ladies lost their pensions who'd worked there for like 40 years. Pretty evil. But the point is the same. As a billionaire, he understood me first, company second. So he milked it. There was another company, it was a toy store, and they ran up until Christmas Day, and they took all the money for Christmas. No, it was a catalog. Remember the catalog? There was these Christmas catalogs. I can't remember. There's these Christmas catalogs, and you pay every month, and you build up this balance, and then before Christmas, you can order all your presents and all your food from the catalog. And they ran up until Christmas Day, and then they closed, took millions, and didn't deliver anything, ruined everyone's Christmases. Remember, it was big in the news in England. They ruined something like 10,000 families' Christmases because they couldn't afford a Christmas anymore. But the managing director, because the managing director ended up going to court, but he still got away with it because it was legal. He took $7 million. He looked at his business and goes, you know what? I don't think this is sustainable anymore. I'm not going to put any more money into this shit. I'm going to take £7 million. I'm going to fuck it off. I'm going to deal with the big PR disaster. I'm going to go hiding and whatever. I'll go $7 million. He looked after himself first. If he would have put that $7 million back in, the company would have gone bust a year and a half later and you'd have no money. Look after yourself first. Be ruthless with it. Take the money for you. There's no point in going through this stress for any other reason. So Sir Philip Green, look him up. He did it with BHS. And you can also Google Christmas catalog bankruptcy. And you'll see both of these people, both times the managing directors took their money. Same thing with the big banks. When the big banks went bust, all the banking directors, you think they didn't take big money? When the big banks all fucked up, you think they didn't take their big bonuses first? The smart people know. Look after yourself first. Look after the business second. The smart people know that. Because as long as you're financially okay, as long as your bills are paid, your mortgage is paid, and you have money, everything's going to be okay.
Y entramos en el último punto. Vamos a ver qué dice para concluir este curso y este análisis.
I've been over this, but I'm going to stress it. Like I said, some of these points are going to overlap a little bit because of the way I explain things off the top of my head, because I'm a fucking genius. I don't have to sit there and script this out. You can't fuck up if you don't spend money. This is key. It's very hard to fuck up if you don't spend money. Now, if you have a very successful business and you're sitting on lots of money and you don't upgrade your business and then you go out of business, that's a fuck up. You should have spent money. Yes. If you're a Blockbuster and you are sitting waiting for people to rent videos and you didn't invest in a streaming service like Netflix and you go out of business, yeah, you fucked up. You should have spent money. But at the beginning of a company, as a hustler, if you don't spend money, it's very hard to fuck up. 99% of business fuck ups are, I spent cash and I can't get it back. I spent cash and I lost it. I spent cash and now I don't have enough cash. If you don't spend, it's very difficult to fuck up. And this is why being broke is so liberating. I was happier starting businesses when I was broke. If you're watching this and you're broke and you're living at home with your mom, you are lucky. If everything goes wrong, you still have somewhere to sleep. You're still going to eat. You haven't got to worry about a mortgage payment. You ain't got to worry about a car payment. If everything fucks up, you're still okay. If you're in a position where you're semi-successful, you have a BMW and an apartment, now you can't afford to fuck up. You're going to lose everything. This is the point. So, if you're not successful, things are even better. But spending money is the easiest way to go wrong. If you don't blow money, it's very, very hard to fuck up. And that's why we go back to the way.
Todo esto que él está diciendo va literalmente en contra de lo que se suele hablar en los negocios. Cuando hablas de negocios con tu hermano, con tu amigo, con tu vecino, en la vida real, digamos, no en las redes sociales, en la vida real, lo primero que surge es, no tengo dinero para eso. La inversión es muy grande para eso. Solo las personas que ya tienen dinero pueden montar un negocio. Solo las personas que vienen de familia rica pueden montar un negocio. Y me acuerdo de un ejemplo de una vez que estaba hablando con un chico y él me decía, yo quiero un negocio. Y yo le decía, ok, porque porque bueno, yo suelo hablar de estos temas con las personas porque me gusta. Y yo le decía, ok, ¿qué quieres? ¿Qué te gustaría tener? Me decía un autolavado, no sé muy bien el nombre, un autolavado de carros. Y yo le dije, ok, ¿por qué no tienes un autolavado de carros? Y él me dice, porque necesito mucho dinero, necesito mucha inversión, que es lo que él está explicando acá. Y yo le digo, ok, pero ¿qué tal si le das la vuelta para tener tu lavado de carros, pero no de la manera tradicional? Es decir, ¿cómo puedo tener un lavado de carros sin inversión? Lo cual suena raro. Y entonces me dijo, no, es que eso no se puede, eso no es imposible. Porque, y me es el mismo argumento, porque solo las personas con dinero tienen dinero para montar el negocio. Y él no tenía. Y yo le digo, bueno, ¿qué tal si pensamos en que es un lavado de carros? ¿Qué servicio ofrece? El único servicio que ofrece es lavar el carro, así de sencillo. Yo le dije, ¿tú puedes lavar carros? Sí, ok. ¿Cuánto cuesta que te compres un jabón especial para lavar los carros? ¿Cuánto cuesta que te compres un pañito, un trapito para limpiarlo con el jabón? ¿Y cuánto te costaría un trapito, un pañito para quitarle el jabón y otro para dejarlo seco? Y él me dice, bueno, no mucho, eso no cuesta casi. Yo le dije, ¿tú tienes dinero para hacer eso? Sí, sí tenía. Y yo le digo, bueno, sal, compra esas cosas que no te cuesta nada y lo que vas a hacer es irte a un estacionamiento, vas a hacer un trato con una persona, con el dueño del estacionamiento y le vas a decir que tú vas a ofrecer el servicio de lavar el carro por X cantidad y tú le das un porcentaje al dueño del carro. Y así mejora su puesto de estacionamiento y tú tienes tu lavadero de carros. Si eso no funciona, porque supongamos que preguntas y no consigues a alguien que te acepte el trato, que es mentira porque si vas a la suficiente cantidad de estacionamientos vas a conseguir a alguien que te acepte el trato, incluso hasta sin cobrarte. Es decir, te vas a quedar con el 100% de lo que laves porque él va a mejorar su negocio porque está ofreciendo ahora servicios de lavado. Por lo tanto, su estacionamiento es mejor que los otros. Pero vamos a asumir que no consigues un sitio. Bueno, te vas a ir a la calle, a estacionamientos públicos, y vas a esperar a que las personas estacionen y mientras se están bajando le ofreces el servicio. Buenas, estamos lavando carros por... Y hazle la oferta tan irresistible, tan económica para empezar, que ya empiezas a generar dinero. Es decir, por lo menos el primer día recuperas tu inversión mínimo con lo poco que vale. Y así te vas a dar cuenta de lo que es lavar carros y ganar dinero lavando carros. Y claro, se me quedó viendo como con cara de qué loco, ¿no? Pero es lo mismo aplicado a este curso, porque muchas veces la persona no quiere lavar carros, no quiere el negocio del carro. ¿Qué quiere? Quiere llegar siendo el jefe, quiere empezar un negocio con todo el equipo y todo el dinero. Y bueno, tengo muchísimo dinero, compré un espacio, lo remodelé para que sea bellísimo. Contraté a 20 personas que me laven los carros y ahora llegan personas de dinero con sus camionetas a mi autolavado y los saludo y yo llego y soy el jefe y no trabajo y tengo todo perfecto. Y la vida real no funciona así. Tener un negocio es manejar el negocio, es operar el negocio. Y empezando inclusive tú estar ahí haciendo todo. Pero el sueño del negocio muchas veces se ve como la ilusión del poder, la ilusión del éxito y de cómo me veo a mí como grandioso. Pero en ningún momento del curso él te dice que tener un negocio es ser grandioso y aparentar ser exitoso. Fíjate, no tengas un negocio por vanidad. Y yo sé que muchas veces cuando hablo de este tema y las personas que dicen querer tener un negocio, lo hacen desde la vanidad, desde cómo sería mi vida si tipo película, como si yo fuera el dueño de este negocio y yo entro como la chica del spa. La chica del spa se imaginaba un espacio em, elegante donde ella entraba siendo la jefa y las empleadas la saludaban. Oh, jefa, oh, grandiosa jefa, dueña del negocio. Este tipo de mentalidad aplicada a los negocios lo que hace es ir en contra del punto número 2 e ir en contra de este punto que le está diciendo acá, que el negocio no es gastar dinero, el negocio no es lucir increíble, el negocio no es ser genial, el negocio es producirlo. Y a veces producirlo se parece más a una guerra donde uno se tiene que ensuciar, uno suda, uno pelea, y no tanto a un baile exquisito y precioso.
I teach you to start businesses for nearly for free. Don't spend money. If you're going to spend money, spend it on what you spend it on here, knowledge, information. I'm going to save you thousands, hundreds of thousands for what you got this course for. But in general, I see people and they're so happy to spend money. Don't spend your money because it's very hard to fuck up if you're not spending money. If you've got a hustle, it doesn't matter what it is, and it's bringing money in, yeah, and you're not spending money all the time, you'll be okay. Now, I'm not saying be tight. I'm not saying don't invest. I'm not saying be stingy. I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying be careful and think, do I need to spend this money right now? And when you were to decide if you're going to spend money or not, the question is it going to make me more money? So let's take our makeup brand. You have your makeup brand. I chose makeup because I don't know anything about makeup because I'm a man. So it's just a general thing. You have your makeup brand. You have your website. You're doing some advertising. You've got a few YouTubers, makeup YouTubers using your products, and you're doing some advertising. You're bringing in money, right? You're bringing in money. Right now, you're all working from home. You're from home. You got boxes around your bedroom. You're working on a laptop. You're making money. Now, you have some money you can spend. How do you spend that money? I'm asking you, but I already know the answer. The answer is you spend the money in a way that will bring more money in. So let's say you're semi-successful now. You may sit and think, well, I want an office now. I need to get an office. No, you want an office. You don't need an office. You're making money without an office. Setting up an office, is that going to bring in more orders? How is you being in an office when the website's exactly the same going to bring in more orders? It's not. It's not going to change anything. If you spend that money on more YouTubers talking about your products, you'll bring in more money. Only spend money if it's going to directly, if you can see the clear path to how it's going to lead to more money in, or don't spend it. Too many people fuck up because they just go, oh yeah, let me invest in, oh, I need an office.
Regla básica que aprendí de este curso. Y pregunta difícil de responder. ¿En qué momento yo reinvierto? ¿En qué momento yo gasto dinero para hacer crecer al negocio, para impulsarlo? Difícil de responder porque depende de muchos casos. Pero la primera pregunta es, ¿cuánto dinero gasto para reinvertir? Esa es una primera pregunta importante. ¿Cuánto gasto? Y lo responde en uno de los puntos anteriores, que dice, la cantidad que vas a gastar para reinvertir es la misma cantidad que ha generado el negocio, no más. Primera respuesta. Segunda respuesta, ¿cuándo y en qué? Esa pregunta es difícil. Y aquí te la responde. Cuando en lo que vas a gastar y en lo que vas a invertir vas a generar más dinero. Volviendo al punto número 2. Solo gasto para algo o con alguien que me va a generar más. No es que me lo hace más fácil, no es que porque es más bonito, es más estético o porque me gusta, no. Es porque esto, la correlación directa y la causa directa de esto es hacer más dinero. Entonces ahí tienes las dos respuestas. ¿Cuánto y cuándo y en qué vas a reinvertir?
Or I have this all the time with people, all the time. I get approached with this all the time. You need a back end. Fucking back end. All the time. You need to spend, it was only 2 days ago, 15,000 euro he wanted to build me this super back end, because I have the war room, which is all run on Telegram and all these bots. So when someone buys a product, it automatically links to the Telegram ID, automatically adds them in and out. The war room checks what other products they have. links them into the right rooms in the war room, blah, 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 blah. And I'm sitting there going, okay, I see how that would be useful, a huge, very complicated technical back end. But I don't see how that's going to bring more people in the front. I'm a millionaire. He wanted 15 grand, which is nothing. I don't see how me having all this fancy shit behind my website at this current stage, maybe at a later date, is going to make more people buy from my website. So why do I need it? All I need is people to buy. I don't need this back end, fucking back end, this big, huge back end for money. That may speed up things once they've already purchased. But right now I'm doing everything manually with staff, and the staff are competent and it's getting done. It's fine. So why do I need to spend this money? It goes against my business principles. When someone explains to me how this back end will convince more people at the front end to buy, then I'll be interested. But until then, if I'm going to spend 15 grand, I'm going to spend it on bringing more people in the front door. Now, if I get overloaded and there's no possible way I can deliver on my products, I'll buy a back end. But until that happens, I am only interested in one thing, money in. What's the other lessons I taught you in the first 10 lessons? One of the lessons was what? What's a business? A business is this. This is a business. This is a website, ain't a business. Money in the bank ain't a business. A back end ain't a business. The only thing that's a business is this. Orders coming in. That is a business. The rest of it is bullshit fulfillment. This is your focus. As long as you have this, you will be okay. T2 succeeded for a year, and it would have been for many years, because of this. As long as you have this, nothing will go wrong. If this goes, you're fucked. You can have the best website, the best cash reserves, and the best back end in the world. If no one's ordering, you're going to go out of business. If you have lots of orders, no cash reserves, and no back end, but people are buying and buying and buying, you've got a business. This is it. This is your focus. If you're going to spend money, it has to directly lead to this. Don't fall for the geek shit, especially with the war room. I've had so many people come at me and go, oh, and it's going to be a program, and it's going to be geek shit, programming, blah, 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 and you're going to be able to see everything, da, da, da. Very interesting. I understand why that sounds like something I need. But I don't see how it's going to convince more people to join the war room. People join the war room because I'm me and I give value. That's why they join the war room. And manually, I make sure everyone ends up where they need to be. And it's fine. You could argue that this might speed things up. And that's going to go back to number one, speed. This is going to speed things up, give my staff more time. But I already do my staff time equation. Remember staff, time saving? I'm very happy with the amount of time that's being saved, the amount of money each member of staff's making me. I have a good equation right now for my staff. That doesn't need adjusting. My staff are all fantastic. Everyone I work with is G. So I don't need to invest a bunch of money. Plus, it's probably going to have a bunch of teething problems and not work properly anyway. So the point is, if you're going to spend money, be careful. And if you're going to spend money, you need to see a clear link to how it's going to bring more money in. Nothing else. This is your business. Nothing else is your business. The rest is bullshit.
Y concluimos así los 10 primeros puntos del curso de negocios de Andrew Tate. Espero que te haya gustado, espero que te haya gustado el video, que te haya gustado que lo haya subtitulado y que te haya gustado mis puntos y mis análisis. Si te gusta este tipo de contenido, déjame en los comentarios para saber si hago más contenido de este tipo de cursos o más contenido sobre él.